welcome to Stranger Things Has Happened. I'm Don Delasnooch, and I'm here with your host, Lunar Girl.
Hey, friends.
What's going on, Kelly?
I have a new L.
You do? Oh, very nice.
She's got the Eggos, too.
I see she's got a little drop of blood dripping from her nose, too.
She does. Look at that. She's a little dirty, too. Dirty girl. So, yeah. Elle and I watched the season 3 finale.
Mm-hmm.
You have any thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Opening thoughts?
No. I'm not going to tell you what they are. I just have thoughts. You're on your own.
Fuck this show! Fuck this show!
That's funny.
You want to just jump right into it, being that it was almost the same length as a 90-minute movie. It was just about 90 minutes long.
Yeah, it was a little too long for my taste.
Well, I really enjoyed it until the end. Fuck this show.
I mean, they did telegraph it the whole time.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Tell us about the show, Kelly.
All right, so we're starting off. Oh, and just a reminder, if this is the first time that you're watching our show and joining us, this is our first watch journey. Please don't spoil it. Like, no season 4 spoilers. We just are finishing season 3, so we have no idea. Thank you. Appreciate it. So we started off exactly where we left off. Joyce is driving like a bat out of hell, okay? Murray's like, they're in the food court. And Hopper's like questioning his Russian translation because they were listening into the Russian radio. Murray is positive, but he doesn't know if it's their kids, just some kids are in the food court. And Joyce, with her amazing mother's intuition, she's like, oh, we know it is our kids. So like Joyce, like if she wasn't going fast enough already, she starts to go faster. In the Tad father, we immediately go to Elle, who, remember, she was screaming because she's got this little thing. Her shin is about to give birth to something.
Mm-hmm.
She's screaming. Her leg is pulsating. Jonathan to the rescue. He runs into the pizza place, grabs a wooden spoon, some plastic gloves, and a knife that he sterilizes over, the cooking flames. And he comes back. Robin's trying to make small talk about this chick that broke her leg, in soccer once, and the bone
stuck out like 90 feet.
Yeah. And Jonathan returns. He gloves up. He gives Elle the spoon to bite on, which I was wondering, what is he using the spoon for? But it's for Elle to bite on. So yay, Jonathan. And he's about to slice Elle's leg open, and he's hesitating, and Mike's like, do it. So he slits open her shin. He reaches in. Elle is screaming for him to stop, and she's like, I'll do it. And screaming, she force grabs whatever it is and flings it over on the floor. And it's not a tadpole, but
it's definitely not what I thought it was.
Yeah,
it's
was
one of the little gooey snotty things that makes the big gooey snotty thing.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing starts going like meow 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 snar, and Hopper stomps on it. Hopper's there! They found the kids. So I was like, yay! I was really happy about that. And just like that, the kids and the grown-ups are all reunited. Then the opening credits comes on. So it was fairly fast this time. Everyone shares what they know. They're all in, their little circle. They're all sharing what they know. Lucas is like, oh, by the way, Hopper, we blew up your house. I thought that was funny. Mm-hmm. So they're coming up with a plan. Murray comes in with the blueprints. Erica tells Murray how it is, because Murray's trying to do everything, a certain way, and Erica's like, no, that ain't gonna work. Justin backs Erica and shows them a better way on how to get to the weapon, because they know they were in all the air ducts, so they know. Justin and Erica can be the guides, and Hopper's like, no. And now, in typical D&D fashion, Hopper starts looting the Russian bodies that are in the mall.
I got a kick out of that. He's like, I gotta see what this fucker's got.
He loots the bodies and grabs all the weapons that he can. Justin, Mike, Will, and Lucas make up. Hopper gives Justin a walkie. Justin goes nerd and tells him why it won't work unless he is on the highest mountain in the town with a strong ass antenna, which thank God he did, because he built the ham radio antenna for Susie, which haven't seen yet. Him and Erica say that they can navigate, but they need a head start and a car. So now we see Steve, Robin, Erica, and Dustin leaving the mall, and Steve is gushing all over the Todd father because Steve gets to drive it. That was kind of funny too. Murray, he has this massive key ring. He's trying to teach Jonathan and Nancy which key opens what. Joyce is having a mother-son moment with Will. She wants Will to hide with Jonathan while she ends this. Will isn't worried about himself. He's worried about Joyce. She gives him the biggest mother hug. And you'll know what a smother hug is if you ever watch the Goldbergs, because that's a
a smother.
Yeah, that's smother hug. Hopper and Elle, they're holding hands. They're having their own father-daughter moment. Elle's like, I can fight, and Hopper's like, yeah, better than any of us, but you need to be safe. And he's not after me, he's after you. So they're all father-daughter, and I was like, oh, heart happy. Happy heart makes my heart happy. Mike and Max, they take Elle, and then Hopper's like, and Mike. Mike looks up and he's like, be careful. And I was like, oh, that was their way of making up. So I was like, yay. Now it's another happy part.
That was the first point when you knew Hopper. You should have known Hopper was.
I did it. I did it.
Anytime you see a finale of a show and then you start seeing little loose ends getting tied up, they're telling you the whole time.
No.
Didn't you ever watch Walking Dead?
Yes.
Well, there you have it.
I didn't see it coming. I was distracted by the delicious Scoops ice cream, Stranger Things Scoops ice cream that I was eating at that moment in time. It was delicious. I ate the whole pint. Go check out our Twitter and our what do you call it? Instagram, because I'm posting pictures on there. So, or at this time, because I'm now and you're watching this in the future, which is your present. I already posted those pictures. Yeah. Where's Brady when you need him?
No shit. He's got the gauntlet.
I know. So the kids and the adults split up, except Nancy's shaggin' wagon. It won't start. That's because the ignition cable was pulled, and all of a sudden we see a car in an empty parking lot, and the lights come on, and what do you know? It's fucking Billy. And they're all like, get back in your mall, because Billy's just sitting there in his car staring at them and revving the engine.
Right.
We skip on over to Hopper, Joyce, and Murray. They're in the elevator going to the underground. They're trying to discuss a plan to destroy the weapon, of course. They're bickering again. Murray's like, children, it's a solid B plan. If everything goes well, they'll never see us coming. And then the elevator door opens and there's all these Russian guards. Murray speaks Russian to them, that they have documents from Lieutenant Molotov. Snicker, snicker. And all these guards are looking puzzled, like, who's Lieutenant Molotov? And Hopper's like, fuck this, opens fire, takes them all down.
I wonder if there's any reference in Russian for Molotov, or if that's just a Russian word we gave to a thing.
Molotov cocktail.
I gotta look that up. Carry on.
Alrighty. Murray's like, Jim, this is crazy. And Hopper starts improvising by undressing the dead guys, and they're starting to, change into Russian uniforms. Now we're back over to Steve and the crew. Steve, Robin, Erica, and Dustin. Robin mentions Susie being special. They're in the car and driving. Dustin's like, Susie is perfect, or, as close to perfect as you can get. Erica's like, I think Susie's made up, because, Erica's just like blunt with everything. Right. Dustin's like, Steve, why are you hesitating? And Steve's like, I don't think she's made up. Just saying bro stuff for his friend. He starts driving up the hill in the Todd Father, and it gets stuck. So they start walking, because of course the antenna's at the top of the hill, not in the middle of the hill. They get up to the top. Scoops Troop to oh no, they hear Scoop Troop. Do you copy? It's Mike at the mall. They're trapped in the mall now. They need emergency transportation. Nancy loads her pistol. Max is like, are you gonna kill him? Meaning Billy. Nancy's like, this is just a precaution. Will is like to Max, it's not just Billy in there. Don't forget, we've got a mind flayer controlling him, and he knows that we're here now. Jonathan is after an ignition cable. They're trying to flip over the car that's in the food court that Ella originally flipped on all those Russian guys to, take them all out, because they're trying to get the ignition cable out of that.
All right, you ready for the answer?
Yeah, let's hear it.
When the Soviets were trying to take over Finland, they were using cluster bombs that they called Molotov bread baskets.
Molotov bread baskets.
And the Finns were drinking, or they were calling their drinks Molotov cocktails, because they were like, oh, let's have a drink before they drop a fucking bomb on us.
Right.
So hence Molotov cocktail became a thing you lit on fire and threw at your enemies.
I never knew that.
You just saw me find out in real time.
Yeah.
All right, carry on.
Now I'm going to tell like everybody that I ever play Call of Duty with for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Do you know how it got the name?
90% of the shit that I know because I was like, oh, I wonder why. And then I look it up.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Because we're nerds.
Right.
But you know how that goes. Anyway, so now we're in the underground tunnels, okay? Murray and Hopper, they're in Russian uniforms driving around the cart. We don't see Joyce just yet. Murray starts getting chummy with the guard, who they need to open the door so that they could get to the next section. Murray says in Russian that they're new arrivals. They're laughing. They're having like good times. They go into the next part, and they open the back door because, they're all enclosed now. And Joyce was in the back of that cart thingy. So, and she's also dressed in a Russian uniform. They get to the air vents, and that's when we flash over to Dustin. Okay. Dustin's like, Bald Eagle, do you copy? Update location. Bald Eagle, of course, being poor Murray, because he's bald. Right. Murray says we need to go radio silent, and then after he gets off the walkie, he's like, I hate children.
Well, first he didn't want to repeat Bald Eagle,
Yes.
And then Finn was like, you got to say it. And he's like, all right,
Yes.
bald eagle.
I did have quite a few giggles in this episode, despite hating it. So, we're back in the mall because this is going very fast. Okay. Elle, unsuccessful with flipping over the car. She has lost her powers. The gang tries to flip it over again. This time they were successful because they used physics, of course. Right. Jonathan gets the cable. Max and Mike see Elle rooting through the trash. She got a Coke can. And then we're doing flashbacks to when she was first starting to train on, how to use her powers.
I didn't exactly understand why she lost her powers.
I think that whatever that thingamajiggy is that was living in her leg, I think it sucked her powers out.
Oh, okay.
That's my assumption.
So maybe she's just temporarily empty.
I think she's temporarily empty. Because at the end of the show, Mike said something that kind of foreshadowed that Elle's going to come back.
Well, she used the powers to fucking throw the thing.
Yeah.
But then that was the last time she used them. And that's why I got confused. But I was also like chopping while I was watching the show. So
yeah. It's true.
Like, maybe I missed something important. I didn't.
No, you didn't. I think when she gave birth to that little slither thing, she used the force to suck it out. And maybe she put her force into the thing,
Maybe.
Because when she threw it, she really didn't throw it that far. She just threw it over everybody's heads.
Which I didn't understand why she didn't like crush it or.
Yeah. Because Hopper needed to stomp on it. Okay. Hopper needed to stomp on it.
Fucking Hopper.
Fucking Hopper. Not fucking Hopper. I
fucking
love Hopper.
Bob.
Fucking Bob. Yeah.
Poor Joyce.
Bob. Oh, I know.
It's not easy being Joyce. That's 3 dudes.
3. So sad. So Jonathan is still looking for a cable. Will's spidey senses start going off. And it's on the fucking skylight. The fucking mind flare is on the skylight right over the food court. And of course, crash, it falls in.
No.
The mind flayer is in the fucking food court now.
Surprise, surprise.
I know.
You mean that in the finals episode of the season, like shit's gonna go down?
No. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Now we're gonna pan over to the Russian Terminator and friends. They take the elevator to the underground. The elevator opens, and what do you know? You find Hopper's great big mess of people in their underwear.
I'm glad you said people.
What was I supposed to say?
Penis.
And of course, the Russian Terminator's like, the Americans.
Because that's what they do. Like Italians. Hey, the fucking Americans over here. The Russians, totally same. Dos Americanos.
Damn it.
Hey, stereotypes. What do you say? It's a me, stereotypio.
Exactly. But it was good. It was good.
No, I know, but it still makes me laugh.
It still does, yeah.
But 80s tropes were like full of that. Like
all the time.
Yeah, without unapologetically just bizarre stereotypes where you're like, what the fuck? Remember what was that TV show? Was it Taxi?
I remember Taxi.
The one guy.
Danny DeVito?
Yeah, but there was the one guy from Saturday Night Live. What's his name?
Kaufman?
Andy Kaufman. But what was the character's name?
Oh, it was really bad. It was what? Eastern European or Polish or something?
Oh, fucking A.
He had a terrible accent.
It was just so fucking thick.
Yeah. It was funny though. It was a comedy show, so
Right.
yeah.
All right. But you couldn't get away with that now.
No. Only in Stranger Things, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. So
Latka.
Okay. All right.
Carry on.
So we pan over to Hopper and Joyce, and they're bickering again. But Hopper pauses, and then he gets all nice and says, "Despite the arguing, I think we make a really good team." And I'm like, "Oh," and it's quiet, and they chat about Joyce moving away, but she might stay, and she asks Hopper on a date. She asks Hopper on a date. So I was like,
That was the second thing that you should have known better.
I know. I didn't see it coming. So of course they're trying to make a date for Friday night, and Hopper's like, I can't stay out late. I gotta watch Miami Vice with Elle at 10. Elle, and I watch that every week. And then he's like, they decide on 7 p.m. and then he asks for clarification about the word date.
That made me laugh.
And Joyce is like, quit talking before I change my mind. That was awesome.
Yep. Because that happens for real.
Yeah, it does. It does happen for real.
Like, just don't say any more things.
Yeah, just zip it. So we're with Murray now. He's in the air duct. He's getting directions from Dustin. Steve is like, hey guys. And I have to point out that this is all happening under the full moon. So I thought that was really cool. And then it made me wonder if the season finales of season 1 and season 2 also happened under the full moon. And I have to go back and check now. That would be really cool if it was like that for continuity. So Steve sees trouble in Hawkins. Dustin is Scoop's troop to Griswold family. Confirm your safety. And the Mind Flayer hears the walkie and picks it up and roars into it and then tosses it aside. Because, I guess Mind Flayers know how to work walkie-talkies now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Like
it could happen, I guess.
Sure.
Camera pans over to Will, Jonathan, Nancy, Lucas hiding behind the car. The Mind Flayer takes a walk to the Gap. Max, Mike, and Elle are hiding underneath a Hickory Farms cart. Mind Flayer sees the tiny little bloop that Elle's leg gave birth to and just sucked it right up into his leg. It's like, of course that would happen. I thought that thing was dead. Steve, we're at Steve now. He hears snarling in the radio, which was the Mind Flayer, of course, and he bolts to the Todd father. He's going to try and save everybody, and Robin chases after him because Steve can't go alone. They're buddies now. Justin throws Robin a walkie, and he's like, Scoop's troop to Bald Eagle, what's your 20? And of course Murray's like, I told you, radio silence. And Dustin's like, but we have a problem. And Hopper hears, and he gets on the radio. What kind of problem? So now they know. We're back to the Flayer. The Flayer's walking around again. Nancy looks in the rear view of the car. She sees the Flayer absorbing the dead Russians now. Okay.
Yeah.
He's just sucking up the dead Russians.
Sucking up dead Russians was the name of my punk band in high school.
At least you didn't say you dated a girl named Dead Russians in high school.
No, but that she smelled like dead Russians.
I don't even want to know what that smells like. Dead Russians or white Russians?
Well, that's racist. Do better, Kelly.
I'm sorry. I was thinking a picture of White Russians.
Well,
which
I don't
can
care
no
if you take their
longer
picture or
drink.
not.
I can no longer drink White Russians.
Well, you shouldn't. That's gross.
They used to be so yummy.
I think we're talking about two different Russians.
I think we might be.
I think so.
We might be. So
try not to put everything in your mouth, Kelly.
I'll try. Hey, guess what? Guess what? Penis.
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 It's funnier when you say it to you.
It is. It's funny. Damn it, Brady. So, okay, we're with Mike, Max, and Elle, and they need to escape behind the Hickory Farms cart. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They map out that they're going to go through the gap. They start running towards gap, and of course, they knock something down because that always happens in the 80s. You knock something down, and the Mind Flayer's like, mm-hmm. You know, he's like, ugh. So the Flayer hears, and he stretches out this long Gumby arm with a nya on the foot, and it slithers through the store and reaches around the corner and throws something, and you think it's Elle because it's wearing the same colored shirt, but no, it's just a mannequin.
Right.
But when he does fling it, it lands next to Mike, Max, and Elle, who are sheltering behind a display shelf. Back over to Murray. Murray in the air ducts. Bald Eagle has landed. Hopper is restless. Murray finds his bearings because he's got his little hand-drawn map from Dustin. And he's like, get ready, lovebirds. You're almost up to bed. So I was like, yes. Okay, they're getting closer. Okay, it's almost over. But really, we're only halfway through. Jonathan, back at the mall, is peeking behind the car. Sees the Flayer's arm slithering through the gap. An alarm sounds in the lab because we're just like going through all the scenes now. The weapon starts powering down almost like, mm-hmm. I don't know. It looked kind of weird. They didn't turn the keys or anything yet.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like
different.
It was overheating or something.
Yeah, exactly. And Hopper and Joyce leave the room that they were hiding in. Lucas takes out his slingshot because he has an idea, and he shoots a balloon in front of Sam Goody. I used to love that store. Just as the Flayer.
Sam Goody.
It's a music store.
Oh, I know what it is. I just never been in one. We didn't have one.
We had several different music stores, and I loved all of them.
We had like Record Town, and we had a Suncoast at one point, which was weird because that was a West Coast thing.
Oh, and you're Michigan.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I'm trying to. We had something for like a long time, and I can't remember what the name of it was.
Right.
Doesn't matter. Moving on.
So the alarm sounds in the lab. The weapon looks weird. Hopper and Joyce leave that room. Lucas slingshots the balloon, and now I'm right where I am. Just as the Flayer's arm is about to touch Elle. Okay. Flayer hears it, turns around. Everybody's like, run! So everybody runs. You know, the group behind the car runs one way, and Elle, Mike, and Max run a different way. Back at the lab, Joyce and Hopper, they blend in with the other Russian soldiers because, you know, the alarm is sounding now. The lights are flashing. The Russian guy asked something because they needed to go into their access room, and they didn't understand Russian, but they did exactly what Murray told them to do. Nod slowly. So they nodded slowly. And the Russian guard's like, yeah, go ahead. Go on in. So they go in and they go to the safe where the 2 keys are. Because remember, there's 2 keys that need to be turned at the same time in order to turn off.
Because there always is.
Yes.
There always has to be 2 keys same time.
Yes. It's
great
like
suspense factor.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, you have 2-point identification with Google, so they still do it today, because Google doesn't trust who you are when you try to log in sometimes and needs a 2-point identification thing. And then you have to like log into your phone and all this other bullshit. And I hate technology. I got a new phone this week. Fuck technology.
Nothing wrong with that new phone.
It's okay. So they start to enter the code, and Murray gave them the wrong code. It's supposed to be Planck's constant, and it's not Planck's constant, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Dustin and Erica hear what's going on over the radio. Dustin starts doing something, but we're at the mall again. Outside, Jonathan is fixing the ignition cable, and Billy starts revving the engine. Billy puts the car in gear, and Jonathan can't start the fucking station wagon. And then Nancy takes out a pistol, and she starts trying to shoot at Billy, but she misses with every shot. And just as Billy is going to like kill Nancy and T-bone the station wagon, the Todd father comes in.
It's better than he was going to T-bone Nancy and never mind.
He was going to. Never mind. Penis.
Indeed.
Steve and Robin come in and they ram right into Billy's car, and they're like bumper cars and bullshit and everything like that. And Todd father's kind of ruined now, and Jonathan manages to start the car, and Nancy's like, get in, and Steve and Robin hop in the back of the station wagon, which we've already discussed several times. It is our favorite place in the station wagon.
Mm-hmm.
And Billy's unconscious, and his car bursts into flames. So
as it should.
Yeah. And Mind Flayer is
car.
Fuck Billy's car. Fucking Billy's car. The Mind Flayer is playing Godzilla on top of the fucking mall. They speed off.
Oh no. There goes Tokyo, yo, Godzilla.
Yeah.
My dad used to listen to that a lot.
Oh. I loved classic rock. Our classic rock, not modern day.
Classic rock now is Nirvana.
I know. What the fuck?
We're old.
Classic rock now is now Limp Bizkit, like, and fucking Korn. Like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, let's listen to some classic rock. Y'all be loving this shit right here. LAMP Biscuit is here. What the fuck?
Did it all for the nookie.
Yeah, I mean, or didn't get it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even do it for the nookie now. He just does it for the Geritol.
So you could take that suppository and stick it up my ass.
Stick it up my ass. I did it all for the Miralax. Oh.
Yeah.
Tough.
So all of a sudden, we're in Salt Lake City. Okay. And I had no idea where this was going. We're in Salt Lake City. Beautiful house. And it's fucking Susie. Right. She was real. I knew she was real. Fucking Susie. And Dustin's talking to her, and Dusty Buns and Susie Poo. Meanwhile, the Flayer is still chasing the Shaggin' Wagon down the street. Dustin's asking Susie for Planck's constant because, nerds know that shit. Susie feels neglected for the past week because Dustin did not even attempt to call her. Okay. This whole entire series only took 1 week, by the way. She gives Dustin an ultimatum. She's about to sign off unless he does the thing. And
Yeah,
then
that
all of
shit
a
made me
sudden,
laugh.
I loved it. I was singing it too. Dustin breaks out with the Never Ending Story. And
Right.
him and Susie are singing the Never Ending Story in perfect harmony. And everybody's listening to them on their walkies, of course. And I'm like singing it right with them because, like, oh, love that fucking song.
I don't know how many times I've seen that movie, but it's close to all the times.
I know. Did you ever review that movie yet?
No, I'm not sure fucking Brady has that affinity for it.
Oh, maybe that's why.
He's just a little too young.
Yeah. Brady's
maybe
very
not.
sensitive over sad movies.
He's a soft mouth bitch. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But he's just a tender kind of guy.
Yeah, well, he's fucking chicken tender anyway.
Chicken tender with Bobbity Q.
Bobbity Q.
Bobbity Q. So after a couple of verses of the Never Ending Story, Susie rattles off Planck's constant. Hopper hears it, of course, and opens up the safe and grabs the keys. Yeah.
I consider myself a nerd. This is the first time I've ever heard of Planck's constant.
It's a math physics type of thing.
Sure. I've just never heard of it before.
Yeah. I took all those classes. I didn't remember what Planck's constant was, like the actual number, but I remember I studied that a million years ago when I was in high school.
It's just one of those things that
I had to take the smart kid classes.
If I knew it once upon a time, I don't know it now.
And by the way, I hated physics, so I still did okay in it. Mm-hmm. Like I passed the year with a B+, I think, but I hated physics.
I took about 3 weeks of it and then I couldn't find a tutor and then I dropped the class.
I always got, Miss Sinertia, don't you want to know how things work? And I said, no, when I grow up, I'm going to pay for things so people could fix things for me. And that's probably
what you did.
And that's what I do. And I have a dragon buddy now. So, and he loved physics. So like, have at it.
He's a knower of things.
Physics shit. Ugh, they could do all the physics shit. I don't give a shit. I don't. All right. So we're back at the mall. Okay. Billy wakes up and he crawls out of the flaming car. He sees Mike and Max and Elle, and they're like, oh shit. So they, run to a different part of the mall and, they close the gate thinking that it's going to stop Billy. Of course, because Billy is connected to the Mind Flayer stops chasing after the shaggin' wagon and he turns around and starts running back to the mall again. Jonathan, who was driving the wagon, pulls a 180 and starts chasing the Mind Flayer back to the mall. Hopper all of a sudden goes ballistic in the lab with the gun, like everybody out, shooting up to shit. Joyce sees the Hadron Collider, because I forgot what the real thing is called, the weapon, the machine, the thing that opens the upside down. I'm just gonna, call it the Hadron Collider again.
That's fine. It's not colliding anything, but okay.
It's not colliding anything. It's opening the door to the upside down, which Joyce sees is clearly open. Hopper's like, you ready to end this, baby? And of course they are. Yeah, they're going to end it now. But I knew something else was going to happen just because there was so much time left.
Oh, you finally figured it out at this point?
I
still didn't know it was Hopper.
I still didn't know it was Hopper. I thought it was going to be Murray. I was hoping it would be Murray.
Why would it be Murray?
Because he's a secondary character.
Well, what? Okay. how do I
Alexei died, and that was his bestie, so it would be only natural that Murray would like try to, I don't know, for the good of humanity.
There's no real stakes if none of the main characters get fucking kaputted.
Fuck this show. So, let's see. Billy finds, now we're back at the mall again. Billy finds Mike and Elle and Max, and he like, bam, he back smacks Max, you know, she passes out, and then he like, mirror, and he punches Mike, who bounced off the pipes, and he's knocked out, and then he like, he face palms Elle and like throws her, and she passes out. Elle still doesn't have any powers, by the way. And he picks up Ragdoll Elle and slunks her over his shoulder, and he starts walking. Hopper and Joyce, they're ready to turn that key. And of course, Hopper needs to count. Okay, on 3. 1, 2, Russian Terminator bursts through the door. Okay, which I kind of figured that would happen. They start fighting, okay? Billy made it to the food court with Elle, and he gently puts Elle on the floor as an offering to the Mind Flayer, and he whispers, don't be afraid, it's going to be over really soon. You know, just stay very, very still. And Elle wakes up, sees the Flayer over her head, who made it back to the skylight, by the way, and she tries to crawl backwards. It opens his mouth, the Mind Flayer, it opens its mouth, and a tiny mouth comes out.
Right. Where have we seen that before?
Family Guy.
Alien.
Oh, I was thinking Family Guy.
Didn't Family Guy get it from Alien?
Yeah. I didn't like Alien. I watched Family Guy.
I'm getting a brain freeze right here. And I'm not even having ice cream.
Shanti's not my friend anymore. She just heard me say I didn't like Alien, so. But if she knows me, she would have already figured that out. So fuck off, Shanti. You know me. Hate E.T. too. So little tiny mouse.
Too?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
Terminator 2? You didn't like it?
I loved Terminator 2.
That's what I heard you say. I hated T2. What did you say?
E.T.
Oh, fucking E.T.
I hated E.T. too.
You can hate E.T.
No, I love Terminator 1 and 2. 3 was like a little boring.
Is 3 the one with the chick?
Which chick?
The female Terminator?
No, I think that was 4.
Okay.
3 was the one with
oh yeah. The one with Claire Danes or whatever in it.
Yeah.
That was kind of sucky. The one where like Arnold's got all the weapons in the fucking coffin at the end.
Yeah.
I like Salvation.
That was okay. 2 is my favorite. And of course 1. I mean, 1 is a cult classic, so.
I'll be back.
So little tiny mouth comes out of the Mind Flayer's big mouth, and he's about to get Elle, and fireworks.
Oh, the fireworks thing. I was like, oh yeah, the fireworks.
Yeah, almost forgot about that.
That was 2 episodes ago.
Yes. Well, that was like a month ago for us.
Yeah, I was like, well played.
Yes. Lucas and the gang are back, and they're spread out over the second floor balcony, you know, the whole round overseeing the food court, and they're all throwing fireworks at the Mind Flayer now. Yeah. Hopper and Terminator, Russian Terminator, are still fighting. The gang is throwing fireworks. Every time the fireworks hit the Mind Flayer, Billy screams in pain. Back to Hopper and Terminator fighting. Back to the mall again. Billy grabs Elle, okay, drags her by her foot over to the mind flayer. Joyce wakes up now. We're back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, guys. Joyce wakes up. Hopper goes down with his head inches from that swirling electricity. Steve is, Dustin, we're out of time! And Dustin screams into his walkie, close it now!
You sound
Joyce?
just like him.
Did he really?
No.
No, I didn't think so. I have teeth, so it's hard to make Dustin. So.
You got to whistle when you talk.
Yeah. Anyway, so Joyce is in the booth, in the control booth. She is trying to turn both keys by herself now, which she can't reach, but she rigged up a belt to the one key and turned it, and she's trying to reach to the other key, and she's like just a couple inches short. You're always a couple inches short. Max and Mike, they wake up. Billy is now on top of Elle, and not in a sexual way. Elle, who's crying, starts telling Billy about the memory of his mother on the beach, described every single bit about his mother, right down to there was sand on her yellow sandals, okay? Billy, all the black veins that were popping out of him just melt away and disappear. And Elle's like, you were happy. And like, your mother was so pretty. And now Billy's crying and he's normal and he's nice, Billy.
I thought that was super weird.
She reaches up. I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah, but I mean, all the other things that have been possessed have been like mostly dead, if not like quickly reduced to a puddle of goo.
Yeah.
But he still can control his own brain.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. It was an interesting choice.
It was great. And Elle reaches up and puts her hand on his face. And I was like, oh my gosh. So it healed him. We're back to Hopper, though. Hopper breaks free because remember, his head is like 2 inches from the swirling electricity of the collider thing. And he shouts out, he did a Han Solo, I'll see you in hell. Bam, Terminator goes right into the electricity. Swirling electricity. He's dead. He's gone. But nice Han Solo moment. So back at the mall, we're out of fireworks now, okay? And Billy, because this is it. This is it. There's nothing more to distract the mind flayer with. Billy stands up in front of Elle, facing the flayer, and Little Mouth starts coming out, gets inches from Elle, and Billy's like, huzzah! And takes Little Mouth. Little Mouth attaches to Billy. Max and Mike are watching, of course. The flayer, he's all over Billy now. He's got like 6 tentacles, like, that, and reached out, and the tentacles all have, their little mouths instead of feet. And they're all gnawing on Billy now. And we see the lab. And Joyce, seeing hazmat suits walking in, she's still trying to turn the damn key. Hopper looks up and sees Joyce in the window. Billy screaming. The flayer stabbed him right through the heart. Like, huzzah! And I'm like, oh.
I don't remember hearing it say huzzah.
Well, it might have said huzzah.
I don't believe it does. I think that's too far.
It didn't say huzzah. I said huzzah.
True.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep you honest, Kelly.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Max screams, of course, because, you know, even though Billy's a dick, it's her dick. It's her brother. Hopper
What?
nods to Joyce. What?
It's her dick because it's her brother? That's fucked up. That is the most Pennsylvania thing I've ever heard you say.
Damn it. Okay, so it's not her dick. Billy is a dick.
He
Who
be
is her
churning
brother?
butter. All right, carry on. I'll stop fucking with you. No, I won't.
Penis.
Penis.
So, Hopper nods to Joyce, and Hopper's crying. And Joyce turns the key, and the collider just explodes. It just explodes. It's the gate starts closing. The flare starts thrashing, and then it's dead. And Mike holds Elle. And Max holds Billy as he dies. And Elle holds Max. And Joyce starts crying. Where's Hopper? Where the fuck is Hopper? Where the fuck is Hopper? Murray holds Joyce. The Russians, they run. And we're back on the hilltop with Dustin and Erica. And all of a sudden, a fleet of choppers just flies overhead. It's Dr. Paul Reiser. It's Dr. Paul Reiser. He gets
Dr.
out
Paul.
like, Dr. Paul Reiser. Nice of you to finally show the fuck up, Dr.
Right.
Paul Reiser.
Way to go, Dick.
Yeah. And he's, of course, surrounded by like tons of American military troops. And, you know, they infiltrate the bunker. Dr. Paul sees the upside down still has a little crack. There's still a crack in it. It's not completely closed yet.
Right.
Yeah. The mall is ablaze. The fire department's there. Military's there. Murray and Joyce show up. They find Will. Elle, of course, is right next to Will, and it's like,
We should tell Darius
Will. Oh,
that he found Will.
We found Will.
We
They
found
found
out
Will.
where Will is.
But where the fuck is Hopper? And Elle's like, where the fuck is Hopper?
Hopper dead, yo.
And this is, and then 3 months later, and I'm like, and I yelled at my TV, what the fuck?
How much you want to bet Hopper's in one of them cells?
What cells?
In the 3 months later, when the guy's getting fed to the fucking Demogorgon.
Guy's getting fed to the Demogorgon.
Did you not watch the rest of the episode? Did you stop at the credits?
Okay, I'm going to get through this really fast because I did not watch the after credits. I turned it off.
Oh, you're a dick to you.
Oh, really fast. 3 months later, we're seeing a news commercial. Tragedy struck small town. Hopper's dead. He's dead. Hero Chief dies in fire. And I'm just screaming at my TV, fuck you. No, you can't kill fucking Hopper. They were supposed to go on a date. So now he's dead. And the commercial goes on to say mysterious deaths, you know, and they show pictures of fucking Bob and Barb.
Fucking Bob.
Government cover-ups, bizarre chem leak, conspiracy, corrupt, the mayor, town cursed. Maybe it's Satanism. Horror in the Heartland at 8:00 tonight. So
I had a bizarre chemical leak this morning in the bathroom.
Ooh, that doesn't sound so good. Anyway, so Steve and Robin apply to the video store, and the Cheeto guy from the arcade last season is the manager in there. Robin passes his movie test, but Steve fails. But Robin talks him into hiring Steve anyway because she knows that the Cheeto guy is a horn dog, and talks about all the tons of women that are going to show up. We pan over to a U-Haul. Joyce is definitely selling her house. everybody's packing. Lucas and Max are singing Never Ending Story and teasing Dustin. Dustin flips them off, which I thought was really funny. Will and Mike, they're saying their goodbyes over D&D. Jonathan and Nancy, they have some sad goodbyes. Elle still does not have any powers. Mike is like, I know that you're going to get them back someday. They talk about how they're going to meet up on Thanksgiving and Christmas because Elle is leaving with Joyce. So Joyce is her new mom. Brings up Mike's feelings that he was talking about in the cabin way back when. And Elle says she loves Mike too, and she kisses him goodbye.
So sweet.
It was sweet. Joyce and Elle find Hopper's heart-to-heart speech. Elle starts reading it. The gang is crying. They're all saying goodbye. Camera is showing everyone while Hopper narrates the letter, the heart-to-heart letter that he wrote and never gave to Elle. And of course, we have to see Karen. I don't know why, but we had to see Karen. Karen's giving Mike a hug. Dustin and Lucas present Erica with the box of donations, and in it was all of Will's Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Joyce is mother of a daughter now, and David Bowie starts playing very slowly We Can Be Heroes. And then the closing credits came on, and I shut the thing off and cursed it out. So what happened?
Russians in some kind of facility. Americans are in cages, and they're feeding them to Demogorgons.
No,
or at least one Demogorgon.
You think Hopper's in a jail cell that they're going to feed him to a Demogorgon?
I mean, if there's any justice.
I hope Hopper's alive.
Oh, I'm sure he's alive. They didn't unceremoniously kill off Hopper.
I think they killed off Hopper.
No, they didn't.
I hope they didn't.
I've listened to my son come in and out the front door 9 fucking times. Making me crazy.
Sorry.
It's all right. I don't know what he's doing.
So I can't believe this season. I can't believe I didn't stay for the after credits because I thought only Marvel pulled a Marvel.
No, man, you've been struggling with this whole episode. You didn't catch any of the fucking telegraphed information, and then you forgot that at the end of the season they always give you a teaser for next season.
I forgot.
Just terrible, Kelly.
I am.
You've done so much better before.
I have. So we will start season 4. When are we going to start season 4? January? After the holidays?
You know what? I think that's probably pretty good.
All right. We will see you guys after the holidays.
After the holidays.
For joining us on our first watch journey. And come and see us in January when we start season 4.
Because hopefully that'll get us somewhere near where season 5 comes out.
Yeah, hopefully. As of today, the writer's strike is over, but the actor's strike is still going on. So we still don't know. I think
they already filmed most of it.
I hope so.
All right. Anyway, we're done here. Season 3, season 2,
season 3.
Season 3
is Finn.
Nice.